My last video on the geometric distribution pattern in Dragon Link hit over 15,000 views and brought in almost 1,000 new subscribers to this channel. First of all, welcome to the Real Lucky family. I'm genuinely blown away. But here's the thing, you all had questions, hundreds of them, and some of them were just so good I couldn't just reply in the comments. Some of these need the math. So today, I'm answering the top questions from that video, and I promise you, some of these answers are going to change how you think about Dragon Link. Does the 30 to 80 spin sweet spot mean I should leave after 80 spins? This was by far the most asked question, and I get it, it's the most practical one. So let me be very clear what the geometric distribution is actually telling us. When I said most bonuses land in that 30 to 80 spin window, I'm talking about the cumulative probability. Think of it like this. If the probability of triggering a bonus on any single spin is, say, 1 in 50, then by spin 30, you've accumulated roughly a 45% chance of seeing at least one bonus. By spin 80, that's climbed to about 80%. But here's what trips people up. This does not mean the machine is due. Every single spin is still independent. The cumulative probability resets the moment you're asking, what are my chances from this spin forward? So should you leave at spin 80? No, not because of the math. If you're at spin 80 with no bonus, your odds on spin 81 are exactly the same as they were on spin 1. What the geometric distribution does help you with is bankroll planning. You now know roughly how many spins to budget for before you're likely to see action. And that's a powerful planning tool. Does this pattern change at different bet levels? Great question. And the short answer is, the trigger probability per spin stays the same regardless of your denomination. Whether you're betting 50 cents or $5 a spin, on Dragon Link, the underlying math for triggering the hold and spin feature doesn't change based on your bet size. The RNG doesn't care about your bet. Now, what does change is what happens when you're in the bonus. Higher denominations mean the orb values scale up. Your mini and minor are fixed relative to your bet level, and your proportional chance at the major progressive adjusts because a major on a 50-cent bet is a much larger multiplier of your wager than a major on a $5 bet. But the geometric distribution pattern, the 30 to 80 spin window, that holds across denominations. Your expected wait time between bonuses is a function of the game's math model, not your bet size. As a software engineer, I think of it this way. The bet amount is a parameter that scales the output, not one that changes the algorithm itself. What about the 15-ball Grand Jackpot? Can you calculate the odds? Oh, you want the big one. All right, let's talk about filling all the 15 positions in the hold and spin. So once you've triggered the hold and spin with your initial 6 or more orbs, you need to fill all the remaining positions. Each spin in the hold and spin has an independent probability of landing an additional orb in any given position. You start with 3 respins, and every new orb resets that counter back to 3. Here's where it gets mathematically intense. This is actually a conditional probability chain combined with what's called a renewal process. Each new orb you land effectively renews your respins. The probability of filling all 15 depends on your starting count and the per spin probability of landing in any remaining open cell. Without getting into the exact par sheet numbers, which vary by game version, I can tell you the structure. If we model it conservatively, the probability of going from 6 starting orbs to a full 15 is roughly in the range of 1 in 10,000 to 1 in 50,000, depending on the specific game's math model. That's rare, really rare. But here's the part nobody talks about. The distribution of outcomes within the hold and spin is heavily front-loaded. Most hold and spin results end with 7 to 9 orbs. Getting to 12 or 13 is already exceptional. And the jump from 13 to 15 is where the probability falls off a cliff, because you're fighting for specific remaining cells with a shrinking probability window. Does this work on other Link games, Lightning Link, Dollar Storm? This is the question I was hoping someone would ask, because the answer reveals something beautiful about how slot math works. The geometric distribution isn't specific to Dragon Link. It's a fundamental mathematical model that applies to any event where you're waiting for something with a fixed probability per trial. It's the same math that governs how long you'd wait to flip heads on a coin, or how many server requests you'd need to send before one fails. I see this exact distribution in production systems when I was engineering software. So yes, Lightning Link, Dollar Storm, Huff and Puff, Locket Link, Any game with a hold and spin mechanic follows a geometric distribution for bonus triggering. The parameter changes. Each game has a different trigger probability, but the shape of the curve is still the same. What changes game to game is the steepness of that curve. A game with 1 in 40 trigger probability will have a tighter window than one with 1 in 80. That's actually how you can compare games mathematically. Listen, I know most slot channels are about big wins and jackpot celebrations, and I love that content too. But what I'm trying to do on this channel is different. I'm a software engineer with over 20 years of experience, and I believe that understanding the math doesn't take the fun out of slots. It makes the fun sustainable. If this helped you understand Dragon Link better, please hit that subscribe button. I'm going deep on the math behind specific games, bankroll strategies, bonus structures, and I'm even going to build some tools you can use in the future. Drop a comment telling me which Dragon Link version you play the most, or anything you'd like me to cover next. I'm Real Lucky, stay smart, play smart, and I'll see you in the next one.